Hey everybody, and welcome to the PlantStock channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Jesse, and today I thought we would focus a little on Oatly, considering what is happening with the stock and the allegations that they've gotten. But before we get into that, as always, I would appreciate an early thumbs up to help spread the videos to more people. And if you know anyone who are interested in plant-based companies and would want to subscribe to a channel that just focuses on plant-based companies like Oatly, Beyond Meat, a very good food company, Tattoo Chef, to name a few, maybe share this with them and subscribe if you're interested yourself. Thank you folks, I truly appreciate your help. Now if we just take a look at the stock chart, ticker symbol OTLY, we can see that in the last month or so it's been having a really rough time. At its maximum, it was up at almost $24–25, and we know at once it was up at $29, and right now it's trading at $18.33. So it's minus 1% from yesterday. So it is having a rough time, and we know it's related to many different things. One of the reasons obviously is this short seller report that we have talked about in a former video, but it's also related to the fact that when it comes to inflation, that obviously has an impact on most stocks right now, but even more on food companies. Now, if you haven't seen my video on that, take a look at it up there. But obviously it doesn't help when the short seller report basically accused the company of fixing the numbers. And if you've looked at the news as of late, for actually several weeks straight now, we keep getting different law firms talking about a class action here in behalf of shareholders. So just take a look at everything here. That's just a bunch of different law firms here talking about the possibility to actually go against Oatly. And that is obviously a bad sign in any stock, right? I gotta be honest, I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. Maybe when it was the whole Nikola thing, I think that was way worse, of course, because this is still just allegations. We don't know anything yet. That is the problem. The problem is that the CFO and Oatly, the company itself, hasn't actually come out more than, they have come out and stated that this is not true, but we haven't seen any interviews or anyone talking anything more in depth. And I think that is what could be needed at this point. But a few days ago, a Forbes article came out talking about this situation that could also give us some more insight. And again, it is why a short seller thinks that an $11 billion Oatly is more overvalued than Beyond Meat. And as it states here, that like Beyond Meat is also getting shorted, but only 1% of shares are getting shorted. I'm not sure that that's actually true at the moment. Obviously this is a couple of days ago, and sometimes those updates takes quite a long before we find out. Normally we know that Beyond Meat has about 20–30%, and it seems right now it's selling at 16%, right? And obviously it is Spruce Point Capital that are the short sellers when it comes to on Oatly. They're going up against Oatly. They have their reasons for doing that. Obviously they want to make money on it by short selling it. So we have to consider that, right? Now, according to Ben Axler of Spruce Point Capital, he says, as we know, that both Beyond Meat and Oatly are overvalued, but he does feel that Beyond Meat is actually a better deal than Oatly if we take a look at what their case is. They state here, we think Oatly is worse than Beyond Meat, stating that zeroing in on gross margin that is far weaker than reported and the high cost of winning market share. Also stating here, we think the company has obscured what their true gross margin is. And he explains that by, quote, how Oatly puts outbound shipping costs under its selling, general and administrative expenses instead of under its cost of goods sold, which is the food industry norm. Continuing with, if you normalize and reclassify these expenses, when you look at the cost of goods sold, you find that Oatly has pretty much the lowest gross margin of any public food company. That part and parcel with our criticism that Oatly is a poorly planned as any public food company we could find. So according to them, the readjustment here would be then 7% difference when it comes to their gross margin, stating that it's only 23.7% in their gross margin compared to reported from Oatly 30.1. Now guys, we have to know this is something we don't actually know. This is what they state. We have to wait for more information before we actually know if this is true or not. And furthermore, Axor points to other issues with the company when it comes to number of promotion and discounts it offers grocers, including offering free shipping, rebates on extra pints of ice cream, discounting newly launched yogurts as low as $150 each. And as he states here, the growth story is a little bit broken. The competition isn't going to sit around. If you're Chobani, you try to thwart Oatly's expansion plans. That's what we see happening. And again, guys, that is what the short sellers see happening. And obviously they have a stake on it going badly for the company. So again, who is this Ben Axler? Well, he's a former investment banker at Credit Suisse, as we talked about before, which is a major investment bank, one of the biggest in the world. So he used to work there, right? And he started this Spruce Point in 2009, and basically their job is to short companies, right? And one of the problems here, I believe, is, as it states here, that we haven't heard that much from Oatly. As it states here, the company is, quote, aware that a short seller is making false and misleading claims regarding the company. This short seller stands to financially benefit from a decline in Oatly's stock price caused by these false reports. Oatly rejects all these claims by the short seller and stands behind all activities and financial reporting. Now, obviously, this is really good news. If they stand behind their own reports and they do claim that this is false, this is good news, of course, for any investor in Oatly. But we don't know. This is the only thing we've heard them state as of yet. And me personally, I'm not invested in the company, as I think you know. But if I was invested, I would still want them to come out and talk about this more firmly. Because again, look at the kind of news we have at Yahoo Finance. Again, just a bunch of different law firms attacking them at the moment in behalf of shareholders. But again, this is obviously a really good thing for the short sellers. So anyone short selling the company right now, this is good news. So just take that, keep that in mind, right? Now, if you want to know more about the short report, let me know down below in the comments, and I'll give you the link to where you can find that. But basically, this is what it looks like. It's a lot of pages here. This is just the table of contents. And here they have their different issues with the company. And I must say, when I've taken a quick look at it, they are quite negative. And there are some things that they are really attacking the company on that is a little hard to get any responses to, again, when we don't hear anything from the company. And one of the things they're also talking about is that they don't believe in their whole sustainability claim here, right? We believe Oatly doesn't practice what it preaches, stress testing Oatly's sustainability claims and good practices. And here you see what the company claims, being Oatly, that there are 80% fewer carbon emissions. And here, according to Spruce Point study, not updated since 2016, so it doesn't include the impact of US or Asia expansion. Maybe there's some truth to that. But that's what we need the company to come out and talking more about, right? But again, there are several factors here that it has to do more than environment. And one of them here is former employee interviews shine a light on an undisclosed accounting problems and poor capital spending decisions, signs of revenue overstatement, signs of gross margins overstatement, as we talked about, inventory accounting overstatement, signs of capex overstatement, production process and formula not so proprietary exposes a material adverse effect, holes in the China growth story, and the list goes on, right? So quite a lot of accusations here, I must say. And again, I'm not going to put up all my faith in a short seller company, right? Because again, I just have to really overstate this maybe. It is their business to get this stock falling down as much as possible, because the more it falls down, they're going to make a lot more money on that, right? So consider the source here, guys. Consider the source. But again, I would suggest that if you are interested to understand the short report more, you want more information, let me know down in the comments so you'll take a look at it yourself and then make up your own mind. But I would say this short seller report is it's just part of the story, right? You really need to get more information from Oatly, and hopefully we'll get information from them soon. And when we do, I'll make sure to inform you. But still, I want to just caution you when it comes to this company. If you're not already invested in this company, but if you are, I'm not going to tell you that you should invest or you shouldn't invest. It has to be your decision, right? I'm not a financial advisor. But I would say again, it is important here to consider this. These are serious allegations, right? And again, it is a lot of law firms attacking the company now like nothing else I've seen so far in a long time, especially not in this sector anyways. So that is going to impact the stock, whether this is true or not. And it could impact it a lot more than it already is, right? About $18. Remember, it was up to $28, $29 before. Granted, way overvalued no matter what, right? But this is not going to help matters, especially when we're already in an uncertain market when it comes to inflation and when it comes to the D variant. Something to consider. So I would say be very careful before investing in the company right now. Personally, if I would invest in the company, or if I wanted to invest in the company, I would want to get more light on what is going on from the company itself and from other sources. That's my personal opinion. And I have stated this before though, I am still bullish on this company long term. I think they're going to do really good. But right now in the short term, and the short term could be still kind of a long story, right? Several months to 1 to 2 years. We don't know. So it could be that if you place your money there now, it could be tight and it could go lower. So just be careful, folks. All right, folks, that was it for today. I truly hope you got a lot of value from today's video. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button and help me out. And if you want to keep getting more information regarding Oatly and what's going on, or regarding Beyond Meat, the Very Good Food Company, or the Tattooed Chef, make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. And if you want to, share it with someone who would be happy to be part of this community. Thank you, folks. I truly appreciate your help. And as always, don't forget, this was not financial advice. These were just my own thoughts and opinions. It's important to do your own due diligence and invest safe. Guys, have a lovely Tuesday evening. Hope to see you soon, and peace out.